So this tutorial we're going to talk about mosaic rainbow and popcorn sheep. So here's your piece of white paper that says mosaic rainbow. And then you have construction paper that's cut into, a lot of them are triangles, some of them are triangular-esque because they're not perfect. And that was intentional. What we're going to do with this project is first the kiddos are going to sort the colors, and so we're going to talk about that obviously as they're sorting them. Once they're done sorting them, they're going to put the pieces together on the paper with glue, and you can ask them the question like, how many red pieces do you think we're going to need to make a rainbow? And then even if the pieces of paper don't fit together, it's still going to look really pretty, okay? We can also, there's enough in here that they can do more than one rainbow. I put a lot of these little pieces in there. And then once they guess how many they think they're gonna need, they can glue them on together and then they can count them too, okay? So that's it for that. And then popcorn sheep. Like I said, I'm sorry if you don't have a sheep. I think it's 2 of you. But if you just go to Google Images, put black and white preschool sheep, you can print it out, or your child can draw one if they want. And all of you have a different piece of construction paper background, doesn't matter the background. I cut the sheep like this because I wanted to give the kiddos the opportunity, if they wanted to get really detailed and cut the rest of the sheep out. That would really be exercising their cutting muscles a lot. If they're not quite there yet, then you can just glue the sheep right onto the piece of construction paper, okay? So if you did, like I said, if you did get popcorn, absolutely pop it and use it. If you didn't and you have popcorn, same thing, but it doesn't have to be popcorn. It could be marshmallows, it could be cotton balls, it could really be whatever you want. I like it to be a food only because we can also practice self-regulation, which I've done with the kiddos before. And that's when you say, okay, well, you can have 5 or 8 or 10 of these first, you can eat them, and then once you're done eating them, you're all done and you're gonna work on your art. But we talk about how self-regulation is something that adults still work on. So it's an important thing for them to learn. It's actually on the recommendations from the Department of Education. So it's a good way, by incorporating food, it's a good way to sort of practice that as well. And then once you have whatever you're gonna use for your sheep, you're gonna do the same thing. How many of pieces of popcorn or whatever do we think that we're gonna need to fill up this whole sheep? And if they wanna color the sheep first, if they wanna paint the sheep first, they can absolutely do that. And they'll use the glue that they have and just glue the pieces on. And then once they're done gluing all the pieces on, it'll be like the rainbow. We'll go back and say, okay, well, you thought you were gonna need 10 pieces. Let's count and see how many are on there. Okay. And that's it for these 2. Bye.